I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, but I wanted to stop it by and say hello. It's the TV being real loud for me. What's everybody doing? Thank you, Des, for cutting it down.
After you get finished with that, go put it in the sink and go use the bathroom.
See, you spilling milk and you got that blanket, which is why I said I didn't want you to have it at the table. Another thing, Josiah, you have to consider for spring break is following instructions. Everybody's not going to keep telling you not to do or what to do over and over again, giving you chance after chance. So keep that in mind, following instructions. Very important. Put your bowl. Actually, it's all right. Just leave it there because it's a bunch of other stuff in the sink right now. Hello, I see somebody joined and liked the live. Thank you. Y'all, I have PMS acne coming in. It's really light, but I'm seeing it. I don't know when that thing is going to start, but it's supposed to be here. And I feel like my body be fighting against me. I'm so tired and just feeling all icky. Hey, Queen C. It's good to finally catch you again on live. I've been trying to go back live every Wednesday again, even if I don't stay on forever. I know you've been saying you want to talk to me. You could ask me whatever you want to ask here if you want, if you feel comfortable. Or if not, just send me a message on Instagram, which the handle is the same as my channel name. I guess, okay, let me talk about what I'm grateful for right now. Grateful that my dad is doing better. Still trying to figure out what's going on with him. When he went to the hospital, they said it wasn't a break. And if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, y'all need to watch my video from where we did the living room, and the answer will be in that video. But he went to the hospital, and they said it wasn't a break, but they're still trying to determine like if he tore something or if it's just a sprain or, you know, what's going to happen. So he is on crutches. But my family, we had dinner, or not dinner, we had lunch with him and my stepmom just this past weekend. So he's doing better. He was well enough to go eat with us. So thank y'all for y'all prayers and y'all encouragement. So I'm grateful for that time with my family and being able to fellowship. Also grateful for the way that everything came together with the decor journey. Like last night, I just came in the living room, lit a candle, and played some jazz music, and Des and I just sat on the couch. Des fell asleep and everything. It's just, I feel like it's very comforting in here now. So I'm grateful to have that peace at home. Also, grateful for upcoming time off with family. This is my first time. Babe, have I ever taken April off at the same time with Josiah before? I feel like I haven't. Anyways, I have upcoming time off at the same time when my son is out of school, and I'm excited because we get to spend time together and I don't have to be tired. I remember last year I didn't take time off at all because of the pandemic, and the year before that especially. But last year I didn't take time off at all, and so I had to be kind of tired from work trying to do activities with my son so he could feel like he had some sort of fun during his spring break. Whereas this time I have planned a surprise that some of y'all might know about, but he doesn't know. And so I'm excited to do that together as a family, as long as Josiah behaves and stays out of trouble. Let me see. You just sent a message. I'll make sure I don't. Just want to get a channel started for me and my grandson, or just myself decorating. How do I start? Okay, that's easy. You can start with your Google account that you're commenting on this video from. And you can start uploading content to that page. Or if you go onto YouTube, there's an option in the settings that allows you to create a new channel, and you can create a name that you and your grandson determine together. Or if you want 2 channels, because it sounds like decorating is something you're interested in, and then your channel with your grandson might be something different, then you could just create 2 of them, and then you just start uploading your content to YouTube. I recommend using your phone if you don't have a camera. I'm on my phone right now, and I started my journey without always having a camera. Then when I had a camera, I used to use cheaper cameras before I invested and got a more expensive one. And when I say cheaper cameras, I mean like not a HD, what is it called? HD 4K, whatever is the standard right now. Like I didn't have that. I just bought a camera for $150 to $200. Hey Jason, and that was it. That's how I did it. And I would film my videos on it when I was vlogging, and I would use my phone for everything else. The first investment that I did before I really started making money on this channel was lighting. A lot of people would tell you that if you have an iPhone, all you need is good light. So good light is definitely available during the day from the sun, but sometimes the sun is not out and it's not on your side. So investing in a softbox or a ring light can kind of help make your videos look better as far as the quality, because people like to look at what they can see well and what's not blurry. But like I said, if you have an iPhone, even if you don't have an iPhone, I had an Android for forever. It wasn't until April of 2020 that I had switched over to this phone that I'm currently on right now. And before that, I always recorded content on my Android. I used the front camera and my ring light, and I would just upload the videos. Before you start uploading content, I would say maybe take a piece of paper, write down 10 to 12 ideas, and start filming your content so that you can have at least 3 to 4 videos ready so that you can be regularly posting when you're starting off. So you want to make your first 3 to 4 videos and maybe plan to post them at the same day and time, back-to-back weeks, so you establish a cadence of regularness for your viewers and they know when to expect you. So for instance, if you want your upload day to be Mondays, you can upload every Monday at 6 p.m. a video, but you start by recording those videos in advance so that you don't have to worry about not having a video for the next week. So figure out what the channel name is going to be, create it using the account that you're currently talking to me on, brainstorm with your friends, figure out what you want to do, and then when you get done figuring out what you want to do, start batch recording your content so you have stuff ready. No, Jason, my friend Queen was on here too. That's whose question I was answering. Thank you for the compliment though. Hey Fatima, how you doing? As y'all enter, don't forget to like the live, and also let me know if you have something that you want to share about what you're grateful for. Yes, Jason, I'm married. My husband is sitting right over there. He over here shaking his head. I'm nervous. I have the most items. I think it's just self-esteem, the camera, the ring light, the tripod, etc. Thanks for pushing me to do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me know when you start. Jason, no, I've not dated a white guy before. Fatima. I'm doing good, girl. I'm doing good. I'm tickled. Jason, have you dated a black woman before? You think so? Yeah, girl, ask me anything. Well, not anything, but ask me something. He said, hell yeah, a bunch. I know that's right. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I just play it. Well, no, I'm not. I really can't speak to that because I haven't dated outside my race to tell you otherwise, but I love it here. And don't let the nerves get to you because you can always block people. And most people, when you're starting off, I feel like they're pretty nice. You know, no one's expecting you to be perfect when you start your channel. I know I wasn't perfect. Y'all can scroll back to when I started. Y'all will see I grew up on I grew up on YouTube, so it was not as polished as I've been, I guess, in the recent times. What do I think of open relationships? I feel like open relationships are not for me, but I think if you have two people with an understanding for that open relationship, it could be a great thing for those people because it allows them the fluidity that they need. Monogamy, am I saying it wrong? Monogamy? That's not for everybody. So, you know, if you believe in open relationships, I think that you should find someone that also believes in open relationships or poly relationships so that everybody can be fulfilled. But it's all about being on the same page, right? So you don't want to be a person that's into open relationships and then know that and not divulge that to your partner and then get with them and then be trying to pressure them into something that they aren't really a believer of. It's really important to have those conversations while you're dating so you don't end up with somebody who doesn't fulfill your needs on either side. And hold on, she asked me a question too. Let me see. Top chat. Is it normal to get stretch marks around your belly button? But that's what's happening to me. Fatima, remind me, are you pregnant? Don't get mad if you're not. I'm not. I don't know what you look like, but I'm trying to remember if you're one of my viewers that told me that you were pregnant. Because before I got pregnant, I didn't have a lot of stretch marks on my stomach area at all. I've always had stretch marks. Y'all probably can see them, like on my arm, like this. And they were really light. Any stretch marks I had on my stomach were really light. You could barely see them. After having my son, I got stretch marks all over my stomach. And they've lightened back up. They're not that bad, but I can definitely see them. So if you are pregnant and you have these new stretch marks, I can definitely attest that pregnancy can cause stretch marks to appear in your belly button area, your love handles area. Just the stretching of your skin does that. What did you think of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars? Jason, I made a video about that and I posted it yesterday. So if you want to check it out, I talked all about that. But I'll just say I think that Will probably snapped in that moment and took that frustration out on Chris. I understand why he did it. I'm disappointed for him because I feel like, you know, that moment is going to forever be remembered by him doing that instead of him being acknowledged for being a great actor. And I also feel like other people who were there are going to continue to kind of talk about that or make it about Chris Rock too. And so, yeah, that's how I feel about it. No, and I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I get my monthly tomorrow. Oh, okay. Good luck. I hope it comes. A new angle shows Jada appear to be laughing with Chris after Will left the stage. Are you serious? So it was fake? Sorry, I did not see your video. It's okay. It's all right if you didn't see it. But I'm just saying, if you really want like to know my whole perspective, I did a whole video about it. I don't know if Rona's gonna end, Jason. I feel like, what do you think, Des? I feel like, just like you're not asleep over there, are you? He said he's not asleep. I don't know if it's gonna end. I think it's going to kind of phase out like the flu. I'm not saying COVID is the flu. I'm not trying to say that at all. But I think it's gonna be like the flu in that you're gonna have different strains, and it's gonna continue to be there, but it's probably going to be a factor for us for a little while longer. I don't know. Answer me this. Have y'all been seeing on y'all news platforms or on social media people talking about rises in cases or anything like that recently? I feel like the media has not been covering that like they used to. So, and some are saying we're returning to a normal, but I don't know. It doesn't feel quite normal to me because there's still a lot of precautions in place that were put there because of this pandemic. Even with travel and stuff like that. If you go on a plane, you have to wear a mask. You have to present, negative tests in order to get back into the U.S. If you go on an international trip, in order to go on certain types of trips, you have to test before you can get on the resort or on the cruise or whatever. So that to me is not us returning to a normal. For me, normal would mean we're not doing any of this anymore. And so although some stuff has went back to normal, it's not quite normal. Let me see. I'm trying to see what y'all said. Amusement park rides are safe enough. I think some amusement park rides are safe, and I think some others are not. I live in Georgia, and I I forgot what the machine is called that I got on. I don't really do a lot of roller coasters and things anymore, but I remember being on one and feeling like it was kind of rocky, and it made me feel uncomfortable. After what happened to that 14-year-old that was on that ride, and ended up flying off. I didn't watch it, but it was all over the social media and I heard about it. I think that they should reassess how they check people before they get on these things, and also ensure of a for sure weight limit. Like the same way that they say you have to be this tall to ride, they need to make sure that all of the different rides say this weight too. And people just need to be not afraid to speak out and say something. Like if you are paying attention and you think that somebody is too big and it could possibly get them hurt, you might hurt their feelings, but I'd rather get off of it with my feelings hurt than never ever be able to walk out of it again because I lose my life. It's a safety thing. And so, it's so sad that situation happened, but honestly, it was avoidable. It was definitely an avoidable situation. The funniest person that I know, personally, who's one of the funniest people that I know is my dad. My dad can take the humor in any situation and make it funny. Broken leg, broken foot, breakups. He's a really funny guy. I don't know. My husband can be pretty funny too. But it's when unexpected, I don't know, he cracks me up too. But my dad is definitely, he takes the cake. One of the most funniest people. You need to submit some questions for me under my Q&A because I'm doing a 10K Q&A. I hit 10K earlier this month. And I asked my viewers to give me some questions. And I've got some great questions, but you keep asking me questions. So I would say if you have any more questions, you should comment them on my post so that I can shout you out in the video. No, I haven't seen it, and that's why I asked if that was normal. Yeah, Fatima, that's what I was gonna say. That is a little weird, if you're not pregnant. And I didn't start getting stretch marks while I was pregnant until the end of the pregnancy. I went most of my pregnancy with no additional stretch marks. I got one small little teensy one right around my belly button where my belly ring was, and that had closed up. And then after I had Josiah, and I got home from the hospital, I had all these stretch marks after having a baby. So I don't think, and I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, but I don't think you would have gotten a stretch mark from being pregnant if you are just getting pregnant. Because you're not even going to start showing until you're at least 3 to 4 months. So some women don't show until they're 6 months. I remember I got pregnant young. So I was in college, I was 21, and I was working at the World of Coca-Cola in Atlanta. And I remember being 5-6 months pregnant, and people did not believe that I was pregnant. They just thought that I was a thick girl because I've always been kind of thick. And I'm like, nah, I'm definitely 6 months pregnant. They're like, girl, stop playing. No, you're not. So then finally towards the end, month 7, month 8, my belly really started to get big, and they're like, oh, okay, I see it. Because, like, for a while, I just didn't show. And so, with that said, I didn't get stretch marks until the end. And then they got really, really dark after the baby was born. And I was just like, what is this? This is ghetto. I'm mad. Okay, I could have put baby oil and lotions and Palmer's on my belly if I knew my stomach was going to do this. But honestly, I feel like the whole stretch mark thing is genetic. My mom, she had really bad stretch marks from her pregnancies. So for women who don't, I think it's because genetically it doesn't run in their families and or their self-care routine while they're pregnant. I don't moisturize enough. I've never moisturized enough. I'm trying to do better with it, but I don't moisturize enough. So when I was pregnant, I was not moisturizing my belly. I didn't think to do that. People said you should. Maybe next time I get pregnant, I'll think about it. But I feel like it's genetic. So I could have moisturized the whole 9 months and still ended up with them stretch marks, or 10 months and still ended up with those stretch marks. Who else is on here? I see 4 people. Or is it the same people still here? I'm staying on for about 9 more minutes, and then I'm going to get off because I'm tired, y'all. I can see the bags under my eyes right now. Let's see, what videos are coming up? I can talk to y'all about that. April, I got a lot of content coming for y'all starting Friday, so make sure y'all got your post notifications on. It's going to be a video on April 1st. April 2nd. No, not April 1st. There's going to be a video on April 2nd, April 3rd, and April 4th. And so just be on the lookout. You've had tender breasts, cramps, headache, backache, bloating, etc. Those are all PMS symptoms too. But you know your body best. Do you normally feel like that before your cycle comes on? Because I'm in the same boat as you, feeling this way, and I know my cycle is coming. What do I think of the movie Jackass Forever? I don't think I've seen it, so I can't tell you what I think. I remember years ago watching them on TV, and I used to watch it for entertainment, so I think it's kind of cool that they brought it back, but I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you like if it was good or funny or whatever. Have you seen it? What time is it? Is it 10:30? 10:45. Yeah, because he swear he gonna sleep on that couch and he not. Sigh. He might be asleep. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Do any of y'all have Netflix? You've not seen it, but you've seen a lot of clips from it. Okay. And you said no. Okay. Well, you might be then. I don't want to scare you, Fatima, and speak pregnancy over your life, but if those are not your normal symptoms, those are pregnancy symptoms. But sometimes our PMS symptoms are the same as our pregnancy symptoms. Like the tender breast thing, that happens to me every time almost when my period is about to come on. But breast sensitivity is also a pregnancy symptom too. They get super sore. And then the fatigue, that when I was pregnant, I had cramping in my stomach and my back. What else? I'm not really a big pet person, Jason. I had a dog, and his name was Midnight, and he was cool. But I don't have any pets. I'm not a big pet person. Not knocking anyone that is, but I would be lying to you if I said that I am a pet person. Fatima, I was saying, for me, when I was pregnant with Josiah, my symptoms were fatigue. I was extremely tired. I didn't have a lot of energy. I remember taking these long naps and just feeling so tired, like my energy wasn't there. And I had lower back pain and like abdominal pain, cramps that kind of felt like my period was coming. And I realized I was a week late. And then I was pregnant. But it was similar, you know, the way my cramps felt, it felt like my period was coming. I was in denial. I took like 3 pregnancy tests. 2 out of 3 came from Dollar Tree. Or no, not Dollar Tree. They came from Kroger, but they were cheap tests that had like the 2 pink lines on them. So I was in denial because the second pink line was so faint. I was like, it can't be. It can't be. Like, I'm not pregnant. This line isn't even showing up. So Saya's dad went and got the kind that says the word pregnant or not pregnant on it, and that thing said pregnant, and I was just like, this can't be life right now. But it was, and everything worked out for us separately because we're not together. But it worked out. So no matter what happens, it's gonna work out. Don't worry, Fatima. And you know, it could come tomorrow. It could come tomorrow night. It might even come late if you're stressed out about something. Sometimes our cycles ebb and flow. Mine is pretty regular, for the most part. Usually it comes early, if anything. Or it might come, yeah, it usually comes early. Early the day I'm expecting it to. And maybe a day after, but not really late. Hey, Jazzy. Girl, I found out I was pregnant 2 weeks ago. Oh, congratulations. It was you who told me you were pregnant. I was like, one of my viewers told me they was pregnant. I couldn't remember which one it was. How did you keep up with meal planning during that time, or did you do takeout? Let's see. I was in college, so I I did some of both. So when I was living on campus, I was eating out, like, you know, still just kind of acting like I wasn't pregnant, right? So going out to eat, eating fast food, eating Taco Bell, whatever I had cravings for. At the time, I was craving spicy food and junk food, salty stuff, sour stuff, pickles, hot Cheetos. I love lemons. Oh, my goodness. Anytime I go out to eat, I would get water. Water is my favorite drink. I love water. Like, usually not this kind, but we being frugal around here, so we just bought this generic Walmart water because we were at Walmart. But my favorite water is spring water. But anyway, that's irrelevant. When I would go out to eat, I would always ask for extra lemons for my water, and I could sit there and eat the lemons by themselves. And I've never loved lemons like that, but I think it was just because I was pregnant. Your hormones are all weird. As far as meal prepping towards the end, because my doctor had got on me, she was like, you're not eating right, you got to do better. And then I had to stop working out too, and so I started cooking more meals to meal prep. I would cook whatever I had a craving for. So if I wanted to make spaghetti, if I wanted to make you know, fajitas or nachos or fried chicken, even, like, I just made whatever I wanted, and I tried to prep it out for the week when I had to work. Because I was working while I was pregnant, too, for about 4 months. For, like, the second half of my pregnancy, I was working. So, yeah, I tried to keep it up, but other times I got lazy. Like I said, the first trimester, I was so tired all the time, always taking naps, no energy, kind of moody because I was pregnant. And I didn't really tell a lot of people I was pregnant either. So I was dealing with that and school, trying to find a job, trying to make sure I graduated, which I did by the grace of God. Graduated from college. I was able to graduate from college about a month before my son was born. So, long story short, I did the best I could do. Fun fact, I actually weigh more now than I did when I was pregnant. So, I was healthier, I think, only because I was young. So, my metabolism was pretty good. After I had my son, my metabolism was shot. And now I got to work for these weight loss moves. I'm proud of myself right now because I'm about 5 to 6 pounds away from my baby, my most heaviest weight as a pregnant girl. And then my goal weight is to get back down to the 220s. You know, if I can get to Wonderland, I would like that. But realistically, grown woman weight looks really good on me. I just need to tone it up. Fatima said, how did you feel the day before you were supposed to get your period but didn't? I felt really crampy. My back was hurting. I had like abdominal pain in my stomach. I don't remember my breasts hurting or anything, but I just remember these cramps being real persistent in my lower abdominal area, and just being like, my period must be coming because I'm cramping, like I'm cramping already. And it really felt similar to how it would feel regular PMS symptoms. And so that's how I felt. And I remember because I went to another college for their homecoming with my best friends, and I was telling them, like, yeah, my period is supposed to come. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's waiting until the last day. And at the time, I was using this app on my phone to track my cycle. I know how to track my cycle manually using a calendar, and I would plug in the dates when my cycle started, what days I had sex, whatever, on my calendar on my phone. But I started using this app because my friend at the time, somebody was like, yeah, you can track your cycle on this app right here. So I downloaded it, and long story short, that thing was inaccurate, and it had me thinking that I was only a day late or something. But I ended up, when I counted it on my own, I was 7 days late. So basically, I was active when I was ovulating, and that's how I got pregnant. And I never used an app to tell me when I'm ovulating again, because I felt like, it failed me. And I got pregnant when I wasn't trying to. So, well, also not pulling out. That's the other way too. But the app too, because now, like, I've been with my husband for what? Let's see. We've been together for about 5-6 years now. And I've not gotten pregnant. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, we're more careful because we're not trying to get pregnant right now. But it's really, if they pull out and they know what they're doing, as well as trying not to have sex without a condom when you're ovulating. I think that's the best way. If you have a regular cycle, you just track your cycle. You know when it starts. 2 weeks from when it starts, you need to be careful because you fertile, and you'll know when you ovulating because there's a discharge that's there. It's clear, and you get super horny. Like, I don't know about y'all, but when ovulation comes for me, I'm super horny during that time. It's like a sign, like God is trying to tell us, get pregnant. Can you take a pregnancy test if you are 3 days late, or you can take a week? You can take a test 3 days after. Those ovulation predictors and those more expensive pregnancy tests should be able to tell you 5 days before your missed period. So you should be good to take it today, tomorrow. If you miss, I would say if you take it, if your period don't come tomorrow, take one on Friday. It should tell you if you're pregnant or not. I think so. Does your cycle normally come every 28 days or every 26 days? Mine comes every 26 to 27 days. Before I had Josiah, it used to come every 28 days. And it never went back to normal after that, but it's regular. Some of my people that I know, friends, relatives, they don't have regular periods. So, like, if you don't have regular periods and your cycle be skipping, that's even more complicated. It makes it hard for you to do what I'm telling you. But if you have a regular period, then I recommend doing what I just said, and you shouldn't get pregnant. But again, disclaimer now, Yosh ain't no doctor. Don't come on here saying Yosh said do this and now I'm pregnant. Like, I'm just telling you what worked for me, okay? Because I'm not on birth control. And I feel you on that, because Flo said I was supposed to get my period on the 29th, and now it's saying the 31st I'm supposed to get my period. Yeah, these apps I can't. And that's why I said you need to know how to do it yourself. All you got to do, write the day that your cycle starts. Day 1, that's day 1. Okay? Then you count. That's day 1 till you get to day 13. Days 13, 14, 15 are your most fertile days. So if you're trying to get pregnant, you want to have sex on those days and even before. Because if you have somebody release inside of you, then the sperm has to travel. And, it takes a couple days for that sperm to travel. So really, I would say like days 11 through 17-ish is the days you need to be getting it in if you're trying to get pregnant. If you are not trying to get pregnant, basically, after you get off your cycle, you probably will be good. Like I would say the day after, the next day, then the day after that. Then you're at day 10, right? If you have a 7-day cycle. Now, if you have a 5-day cycle, 6-day cycle, then basically from days like 6 to 11, 6 to 10-ish, you should be good. Then from days 10 to 17, that's when you need to be careful. And then after day 17, you know, it's less likely for you to get pregnant because you should not be ovulating anymore, but you still want to be careful. Be careful. And then you wait until you get to day 26 or 28, and whenever you get pregnant, not pregnant, whenever you get your period, then you start it over again, and that's day 1. Now, to know if your cycle is regular or not, you have to track this for 3 to 6 months so you can see how many days is it taking for your period to come. Keeping in mind that anything irregular that you do can throw your cycle off. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, if you take a plan B because you think you had sex when you're ovulating, that's going to throw your rhythm off. Even drinking or smoking, that can throw your rhythm off. But specifically, like, taking, like, those emergency contraceptives, that can throw your cycle off too. Also, you know, there's a thing of someone causing your cycle to start. Like, sometimes sex can make your period start early or late. So you just have to be mindful of all that. And then also stress. Like, doctors have said, you know, your period can be delayed behind stress too, especially if you have an irregular cycle. But I find personally for me, period delays are not a thing when I'm stressed. Like, if anything, it's going to come early. It's not going to come late. So, yeah, I wish you the best. I hope that you're not, if, you know, you're not trying to be right now. And regardless of what happens, it's going to be okay, Fatima. You're going to figure it out. Hopefully the flow app is just right. And, you know, March is a funky month. It's a longer month. And so, like, I had a period already this month, but mine is supposed to be here between the 31st and the 2nd of April. So, like, sometimes when you have longer months, like December is a long month, March is a long month, sometimes your period will move around because it's more than 28 days in the month. Whereas if you think of a month like February, there's only 28 days. So you probably only going to see your period once unless it happens to fall towards the beginning or something. So it's weird, but just try to drink some water, get some rest, and don't stress about it. Okay. All right, well, it was nice chatting with y'all. I know y'all probably like, sister came on here giving advice like she a midwife or something. I just go with the flow of the conversation, whatever y'all ask me. But I just wanted to pop in and say hello before it got too late. I'll try to go live next week, but I may not because if I don't have service where I'll be, I won't be able to. But I will be vlogging, so y'all need to stay tuned. April's going to be jam-packed with some wonderful content. Be sure to catch my videos that I've dropped this week. I dropped a video on Monday. 2 of them, actually. One of them was a living room update. The other one was my thoughts about the whole situation at the Oscars. And, yeah, I'll let you guys know what's coming up. And also, check out my community tab as well in my story. I'm going to pray for you, too, Fatima, that you're not, since that's not what you want at this moment in time. But sending y'all much love and appreciation. Thank you so much for the support. Update, I am going to be doing a photo shoot, but I've scheduled it for April. I just didn't want to rush and it not come out good, you know. So I'm doing that. I'm also doing a 10K Q&A video. And I might even do a Friday night jam session where we drink and play games and stuff like that. I don't really drink a lot though, y'all. But I might do it. So we just kicking off 10K the fun way, no matter what. But yeah, I'm about to go. Trying to make sure nobody else didn't say anything before I go. They did not. Okay. But thank y'all for joining me tonight. If you are catching me towards the end, then watch the replay, watch the chat replay, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.